We turn the corner now back to much more serious news. The tragic death of Michael Brown highlights the disproportionate number of young African-American men who die in encounters with white police officers. There are many chances every day for these deadly confrontations, and some police departments target young black males for aggressive stop and frisks without probable cause. Such encounters create a sense of injustice that often boils over in anger. Joining us to share their experiences and to discuss their reaction to the Michael Brown Jr. case are Skylar Mason, who is a high school senior, and James Crosland III, who is a sophomore in high school. It's nice to have both of you on Arise America. Thank you both for coming in. I appreciate it. All right. Let me start with you, if I can, Skylar. You're joining us via Skype. Can you just tell me, as a young black male in this country, what sort of effect has this whole situation with Michael Brown Jr., and he's not the only one. There's, of course, Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis, and the list goes on and on. Can you sort of tell me what your thoughts and the emotions that these kinds of cases evoke in you?
Well, at first I didn't think I was going to have so many emotions towards the fact that it happened. It didn't happen near me. I didn't know the person, but after seeing how many people have gotten up and stood up for what they thought is right, is really changed what I thought about was like what happened. It's kind of like inspiring in a fact that so many people have come together to fight something that they truly believe in. I don't believe in like the whole entire rioting and everything like that, but it's still pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Tell me how this makes you feel, James. Does this create fear of a confrontation with a police officer?
Yes, it does create a fear of confrontation with the police officer, because the fact that, if you have noticed that a lot of these confrontations happen with a white cop and an African-American male. So me being an African-American male myself, when I'm around police, I also have a fear of them, because you don't know how they're going to react around you.
Mm-hmm. You know, we've talked a lot about, especially, not even just with this case, but with so many of these cases, how there is this, I'm going to use a big word, vilification of the black male, this thought that black men inherently are dangerous. James, do you find that your peers that are not black make assumptions about you because of the color of your skin?
Well, the peers that are more of my age, they don't make assumptions of me because of my skin color, because we're friends, we just hang around. But older people older than me, like around 16, 17, would sometimes make slightly racial jokes, but we just joke around and stuff. But I think it enforces the racial issue.
Mm-hmm. And Skylar, what have your parents, the people who are charged with raising you, what have they taught you about your behavior around law enforcement? What you should and shouldn't do as a black young man in this country?
My dad has always told me to not joke around with the police and to act serious, and that if you are stopped, to cooperate with the police until you think that maybe that you're being held or something like that, and to ask for a lawyer, and just to not get in a situation that you don't want to be in.
Mm-hmm. How can you describe it? Well, let me just ask you, does the situation with Michael Brown Jr. frustrate you? This situation where a white officer kills a black young man for walking down the middle of the street. Does that frustrate you?
Well, it does frustrate me to a point, but I've read up and I've learned a lot from the case and what happened, but we still don't really know. We weren't there, you know what I mean? I can be angry, but what's that gonna do? I want to help and do stuff about it, but just being angry doesn't help the situation at all.
Mm-hmm. James, what do you think that law enforcement, police officers need to understand that they don't understand about, young black boys?
Well, they don't understand that since the community come from can make us who we are. So the community I come from is it's a nice community, but a community where there's gang violence, it can turn you into a criminal. So they need to understand that that everyone is different. You can't just assume that, oh, we're gonna do something just because of our skin color. Like me, if a cop asks me to do something, I'm going to listen for fair repercussion. But if it's someone, a common criminal, just a gangster, someone trying to be tough, he's gonna play around, mess with the police, resist arrest, and that's just gonna add on to the fact that he's African American. Basically, he's black. So arrest him, shoot him, or something, because that installs more fear into the African American people that we are dangerous. We're going to have a gun or knife or something and attack you.
Just feeding into that stereotype.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. You're very well spoken. James Crosland, Skylar Mason, thank you both for being here. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And you're watching Arise America.